All right. What's up, everybody? And welcome to a WNBA State of Mind where we mainly discuss basketball, but we love other sports. And I got my guy's nephew, Vid, and my guy, Dominique Wilford, for a great show as usual. And today, I want to discuss the Roy, you guys. I want to discuss the Rookie of the Year and our top two candidates, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I like Reese. Reese is a replica of, to me, Yolanda Griffith, who came into the WNBA by way of the American Basketball League, aka ABL, in 1999. And then after a couple of seasons, she single-handedly led Sacramento to a championship. And Angel is certainly on a path to breaking many known records in the WNBA, as she already averages 13.8 points, 16.8, 11.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 1.5 steals. On the other hand, we got Caitlin Clark. She's ripping the cords, as we have all witnessed her just banging it from half court, from three-quarter court, passing diamond. I mean, she averages 16.8 points, 5.9 rebounds, 7.8 assists, and 1.5 steals. You guys give me your take on each player and who you think is ahead.
I got to give the slight edge to Caitlin Clark right now. The team's record, they're 10-14. The Sky is 9-14. That's only a half game back. But when you look at the conference standings, the Fever, they're 7-8. The Sky is 5-9. If we want to talk stats, Caitlin, she shoots from a deeper range, as we all know. Her percentages are a little higher. Reese is a little bit closer to the basket. Percentage is not as great, but they're still both doing outstanding jobs for their ball clubs. As we all know, there's a difference between a basketball player and a hooper. You got two hoopers that are going head up as far as the Rookie of the Year award. But, Goody, I'm going to put something in your ear. Rickea Jackson, Los Angeles Sparks. If she comes on the second half of the year, she may be put in that conversation.
I mean, I'll have to agree with you after watching her play yesterday. Her and De'Erica Hamby over there, they got a 1-2 punch right now. And I certainly see a lot of leadership qualities in Rickea. And I love how she gets up and snatches the board. She's not afraid to get down there and go one-on-one, bang. She's got good footwork. I can't wait until she stretches it out and starts hitting that 15-footer and then stretches it out and hits the three. Then she's really going to be a problem. I can't wait to see her progress. By the time she becomes a vet, her third year, she's going to be something to be reckoned with. I have to agree with you on. On the other hand, let's go back to Angel. Angel's having a bang up season. I mean, I know that you're saying that as far as the record, and we all know that, the Roy is usually based on the record, and the team that has the best record that's certainly strong criteria for somebody who's trying to win a season award, but talk a little bit about Angel. I mean, you got to talk about some things that she's doing and ways that she can turn it around to become the Roy.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, that double streak that she had going on there, that was unprecedented. Never has ever happened in the history of the league. So you got to give her due on that standpoint. She has not hit the rookie wall yet. If you notice, every game she gets stronger and stronger and stronger. She's maturing as a basketball player. You can see it in certain things that she does on the floor. She is going to be a force. And just as you stated with Mrs. Rickea Jackson, Angel's in the same boat. They start hitting that mid-range, it's lights out.
Absolutely. What do you think, Vid?
I think Cole, a season ago we had Cole Women's Player of the Year. I think we have Cole Rookie of the Year, a la Jason Kidd, Grant Hill in '94, I believe. Their stats are very comparative. let's not forget the fact that Angel Reese actually had a higher field goal percentage up till yesterday's game,
Yeah.
right? But their stats are they're both leading their teams first and foremost, right? Being impact players, showing leadership. I just think that with all the hoopla and whatnot, both of them are deserving at this point of Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. And you have to also remember, okay, on Angel's behalf, okay, she was named a player of the week July 9th alongside Asia Wilson. So if that team can manage to turn it around and flip flop this thing and they're seventh and Indiana's eighth, then she's a shoe in, I think, for the rookie of the year, no matter how much of a Caitlin Clark fan I am. I mean, I admire the kid. I love the shine that she's brought back to the WNBA. I love the fact that she's helped us become relevant again. You see names like Adrian Goodson being brought back into the conversation. You see names like Cheryl Swoops being brought back into the conversation. You see names like, all of these players that have been out there and have made their mark in the WNBA. So, I kudos to her. Now we just get these jerseys going, and then we're gonna be good. You're listening to a WNBA State of Mind here on the show with Nephew Vid and also with Don Dotto Wilford. We over here chopping it up, talking about the Roy. We're comparing Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark. And I mean, I think they're just having fantastic seasons and they're doing it in different ways. I mean, Angel's over here with double doubles and she's scoring and she's rebounding. And then sometimes she's she's won, they're neck and neck for steals, Then you have CC over here and she's dropping bombs, from outside and also dropping dimes and, really bringing the team together. If those two teams had to play today, just looking at their roster, who do you think will come out on top?
I got Indiana. They're already 2-1, right, against the Sky. But I just think they have better depth, with Boston. That's the key factor in there. And Boston is coming on strong in the last few games. So I think right now I give the edge to the Fever.
Okay. I agree. I totally agree with those points, Vid. Totally.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at Indy's roster, right? You got Mitch, you got Clark, you got Boston, you got Smith, her name, I think it's Fogbenel, Samuelson, okay, Wheeler, and Hall. All right. Now, I think that the X factors definitely for Indiana would be Wheeler, Samuelson, and Hall. For Chicago, you got their lineup is Carter, Reese, my Jersey girl Mabry, Williams, right, and Cardoso, right. Their X factors are Evans, Allen, and I promise you, if Teaspoon can get Anyamwere rocking, they will be a problem. But because we can't forget about what this kid has done in the past. Look at her stats, look her up. What she did for New York was invaluable. She just so happened to trade it around. Valuable player. She's gonna get in there. She gets in the mix. She's not afraid to go one-on-one. She's not afraid to defend. She's a big guard. I love that kid. If they can get her going, it's a totally different story. Right now, she's coming off the bench, and so is Evans. If she can get Evans and Anyamwere to buy into this sixth and seventh man and how important that is to the team at this moment, they can turn it around.
I totally agree. Here's a small stat, Goody, I just want to throw out to you that most people really don't talk about. Caitlin Clark, she's averaging almost a block a game. That means she's anticipating what's happening before it happens. Defensively, they don't talk about that enough with her. She's had growth from college all the way up to the pros on the defensive end. Why? She's a hooper. Hoopers are gonna find a way. Versus a basketball player, they're gonna play in your structured system, and that's gonna be the end of it. But she's a hooper, so she's finding ways to contribute.
I mean, absolutely. And you can't forget that the girl had two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much they beat that girl up in the
Yeah.
Kate blocking her shot, her blocking theirs, no babies allowed.
Mm-hmm.
They coming in the house, she coming in the house hollering. Her mom says, listen, no, don't come in here crying. You out there playing with your brothers. Toughen up, figure it out. I can imagine it all, because I was the same way, playing with them boys, man. You got to figure it out. She got a lot of street in her game that people.
That's one thing. She don't back down for nothing. You know what I mean? Don't back down for nothing. And I think Indiana is their chemistry. They found their chemistry. We got on them early in the season about, the coaching, the finding the chemistry, getting the ball out of Caitlin's hands, bringing it up a lot more, taking her off ball, excuse me, a lot more. And you're starting to see that. But also, to Don's point, she's locked in defensively. She's locked in, period. But as she goes, Boston goes, Samuelson goes, right? That's like you said, the X factor, because Samuelson is that vocal leader, and she gives, that toughness on the court that, those two players, the Boston and Clark, gets all the attention, but it's the key factors, the little bit, the grit, that Samuelson and the others are bringing. But Samuelson has been pulling Caitlin aside and talking to her and keep managing her. So kudos to her.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. And you're listening to a WNBA State of Mind. We're chopping it up over here about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Now, listen, I mean, we talked about them. We got a pretty good idea of like who likes who and, where we think they're going to fall. Right now, Indiana is 7th and Chicago is 8th in the standings. And so anything can happen the second half of the season. So let's move forward. All right. Let's get a couple of predictions out there. We got New York is on top right now. Uh, in the East, and out west, Minnesota is definitely doing their thing. We already talked to you about them. I told you that they were going to be a problem. Cheryl Reese is probably the most brilliant coach I've ever been around, played against, and have had on this podcast. She's just a brilliant mind. If anything I can compare her to, she reminds me of Marianne Stanley, my coach at Old Dominion University. She's just a brilliant mind, absolutely fantastic. She's got her style mixed in with Bill Laimbeer and anybody and a host of other people that she came up under. And I just love her whole concept. Of course, Katie Smith is my dog. I'm gonna big up her as much as I possibly can. A lot of people want her to be a head coach, and I say stay right where you are until you're comfortable to move. Don't nobody force you. Get all the knowledge that you possibly can, and wait for the perfect situation. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog, Katie Smith. But getting back to who do you guys think are gonna come on in the second half of the season and give us some predictions for the playoffs?
Hey, Dom, you better talk to your girls. I'm looking right now, Atlanta, 9th seed right now.
Lottery. That front office needs to make some more changes.
So you don't have them in the playoffs? I mean, that was your team. That was your team. You said it was going. They're gonna fight the Liberty. I mean,
they got some chemistry issues in that locker room that kind of imploded. So that's all I can say on that. And the front office will make some changes this offseason. They have a very important offseason. Renee Montgomery, great friend of mine. She listens to the pod. They're going to get that thing right. They're going to get it right.
I hope they do. I mean, my projection has been the same. It's easy to say it. Liberty, the Suns fighting it out, and with the Aces and the Lynx. I mean, I just look at the chemistry and how the rosters are constructed.
Mhm.
And the Liberty and the Aces have been playing together a long time, you know. Same with the Sun and the Lynx, you know. The Lynx would be the dark horse in the four of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the finals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's a great prediction, those four teams. But like I said, anything can happen. I just the only reason the only thing about New York with me is just, they're just so injury prone, and I hope that, players playing in, summer in the Olympics doesn't affect anything in any kind of way. And it also gives those players that are hurt the opportunity to heal, because come playoffs, they're really, really going to need, every single person, because this year, there's more depth on teams. I see teams that can go 8, 9 deep this year, where people were like 6, 7 deep. So, with that said, the teams that are the most prepared are the four that you said. The Aces, Minnesota, New York, and the Sun. But like I said, anything could happen. Especially with teams that are injury prone. Any takes? Anything else?
What you got, Dom?
Yeah, Tom, you kind of
You see the brain tinkering. You see the brain tinkering. I'm gonna always give you a small nugget. The Seattle Storm. They got some things right over there.
oh
They
yeah,
sharing the basketball.
and just like I said, anything could happen. Seattle is the back. You know, uh, the Sparks, they scare me. I think the Sparks are one player away from being a really serious problem.
If Cameron Brink had not gotten hurt this year, they would be a problem.
Yes, 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 and that's also another favorite rookie of mine is Cameron, and I was really sad to see her go down, but I promise you, she's gonna come back. She's gonna come back good, and you know, uh, there's a lot of good teams out there. I like watching the league this year and what's going on with it and the excitement around it, and I love the fact that the excitement is going to continue well after the season with the 2025 collective bargaining agreement, and that being opened up, and me being out here in Vegas, and getting a buzz of what the players are expecting from the league this year, and having board meetings and different things like that, and just being locked and loaded and prepared to hear in which ways they're going to include us in the collective bargaining agreement, as far as pension is concerned, as far as revenue sharing is concerned, which leads to group licensing and opening it up for us to sell our jerseys. And, real talk, all that means is them having a drop page with all of the players from the past. You can click on a link and it goes to a website, whoever that may be, eBay or whoever that person is, Fanatics, and they can have a basic jersey with home and away, with Goodson on the back, with Staley on the back, with whoever, Sharice Sam on the back, Katie Smith on the back, Taj McWilliams on the back, Cheryl Swoops on the back, Cynthia Cooper on the back, Stacey Lovelace on the back, Rusha Brown on the back. Easy peasy. For 27 years, we could have been making money instead of somebody, and I can run off 3 or 4 people being home. And you're listening to a WNBA Stage of Mind, chopping it up with my guys. We just want to get a quick, short take today and talk about the Roy, And remember, to download, listen to, follow, share, like, and rotate a WNBA State of Mind. Sammy Sosa, peace out. Drink Starry, the drink of athletes. Sammy Sosa, peace out. Yo, that was decent. 20,